It's a calm day out in the meadow. What is your favorite episode? Welcome to Chicken Hunter 715. And today we're going to count down our picks for the top 10 favorite franchise episodes. Tell him if there was any superheroes in Animal World. For this list, we're only looking at episodes made for the franchise on our YouTube channel that are our favorite. That means we're excluding films, so don't plan on seeing enough movie at the Animal World. Sorry fans. It's Cookie Ducky! You don't notice? You didn't remember? Number 10, the Superpal Animal Friends. If there was any superheroes in Animal World. Were superheroes in Animal World? Watch this episode. In this episode, there's a history about Superpal, the superhero of Animal World. He's probably he's a superpal for helping people be nice and solving crime in Animal World. He solves crime. He saves the day in Animal World. You don't want to mess with this guy because he's not going to be happy if you mess with him. What did he do? What does he do? Number 9, the rival returns. The one-eyed council. Oh, yes they do. Hey, you can't go. What are you doing? This is probably one of the funniest schemes I've done. But do you know why I was bad? I was bad because someone gave me a needle that turned me bad. When I was at the doctor's office, they gave me a needle for no reason. Anyway, this is one of the funniest schemes, and they chase me around town until they catch me. It's probably one of the funniest episodes you ever watched on the White Cow Show. Watch for your own risk. They chase me through the whole town until they catch me. Pretty funny, right? Number 8, Friendship, the Lucy Show. She also doesn't like if some people say mean things. Do you want to be friends with someone? Take a look at this episode. This is the first episode of the Lucy Show. It's called Friendship. It's when they've gone on Friendship Land. It's probably why you should like to watch this episode. Watch this to be friends. Watch this episode to be friends. You would. Number 7, Birthdays, the Danny and Rubskin Show.
Ah, the birthday party. Everyone loves the birthday. There's cake, presents, and a lot of activities. But, as many people know, it takes a long time and a lot of effort to plan a party. But don't worry. Let's have the Mouse Gang show you how it's done.
Want to plan birthday parties? Take a look at this episode. This episode's full of good stuff to give to your friends for their birthdays. In this episode, sorry, I didn't pronounce it well. I mispronounced it. In this episode, they plan a birthday party for Superpal, Penguin's brother. That's a good episode too.
Presents. When finding a present for someone, make sure that the present is something that they like. Make sure it's not something that they like. Don't get boring presents.
Planning birthday parties in this episode is probably why you want to see this. If you want to see this, you would probably know how to plan birthday parties. It's probably a good thing for planning pinatas and all other stuff for your friends and all other people, and have a happy birthday to your friends. Hopefully, you can have good time planning a birthday party. Number 6, Sloth's Visit, the Danny and Rubskin Show.
Welcome to flight 1885.
Have you seen sloths before? Well, what's this episode? This episode was called Sloth's Visit, which came out on September 28th, 2019. It was the debut of Sloth. He visits Hand City a few hours until he goes back to Hamburger. It's probably just a quick episode, but it takes 5 minutes, so you would like to see it. Do you like Sloths? Take this and watch it for yourself and see if you could watch it with your friends so you could see how Sloth visits Hand City. Probably you do like Sloths, do you? Yeah. Number 5, Missing, the one-eyed cow soul.
That's really funny.
Missing. Have you seen?
This is the 6th episode.
It found call.
But you know why this is number 5?
That's what the letter write. That's what people write if someone is missing. Then if you want to know how to, watch this episode. In this episode, Reddy and Yoey have done a bigger scheme by taking away someone named Carrie Gum and took her away in the lab to know where they are. Where we were, the detective company. But they called
on the template.
They called us, and that's what they get what they deserve.
It does go a bit funny.
Yeah, they have to get what they deserve for doing that. Anyway, you would like to do so and watch this?
I think someone stole her.
Number 4, Chloe, the Danny Rubskin show.
Somebody.
Hello. Pet for free. Pet for free.
You forgot the pet.
I'm gonna stop here. Hey, this pet is free?
But you would.
Yep, this pet is free. Who do you want to name him? I'm calling him Nolly. Have you seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the stop-motion animation from 1964? Then what's this episode? This episode is a history of my pet. I took my pet from the pet zoo and named him Nolly. But Reddy and Yoey were trying to take him. At least I stopped them to. They get what they deserve. Don't get upset.
Wait, the pet. Whoa, we wanted the pet.
Stop them from doing it.
Sorry, Skunky got it. There's nothing you can do about it. Hey, don't you dare go steal it. Number 3, Bowling the Danny and Rubskin show. Yeah, I like it. It's super cool. Why are those pictures there? Oh, now they just read this. Okay, let's grab the ball. Yeah.
We got a sport episode.
Here's a concentration episode for sport called bowling. If you haven't played it, then watch this episode. Let's take a look at this episode. In this episode, Danny gets strikes, but Rubskin keeps complaining about getting one for himself and his friends. Anyway, it's kind of a bit of a funny episode, but you would want to concentrate if you want to watch this episode. Watch this episode to concentrate on bowling, so you would get strikes. Get strikes, okay? If you do want to concentrate, you have to get strikes by concentrating and aiming the correct way. Yep, you do.
Set them up for us.
Number 2, spoilers, the Danny and Rubskin show. Now I'm going to see into the... Have you been watching the rules of animating? Let's show you a clip from it. Probably. Let's show a clip from it. We'll show you a clip of it if you haven't watched it yet. Okay, let's play the clip.
Nice. Your latest video was 3 minutes longer than your last one. Too bad. Your subscribers still think it's too short.
If you liked watching it, you would probably see this episode. In this episode, Danny goes out in the theater to watch the rules of animating, but he gets disappointed when he gets to have a seat next to a spoiler called Reddy. Although Reddy has debuted episodes earlier before this came out. Although you would like to see a clip. You know, you would like to see a clip of him saying what happened to him once he watched in the theater. So let's play the clip of what he said. Yeah, I didn't even like how a spoiler would sit next to me. You always get that. You always get disappointed when that happens. Anyway, let's play the clip.
Every time I sit next to him, he always spoils the theater, and I don't tell him. And he always tells on me for spoiling the theater, and doesn't kick me out. He usually does that. He doesn't. I don't know why he did that.
If you liked when Reddy was kicked out of the theater and made you burst out laughing, then take a look at this scene. Then Danny gets transformed into the 1890s. Yeah, that's probably not funny at all.
Kept spoiling the theater. He knows that you're not supposed to spoil at a theater. I think I might be spoiled again. Oh no. I'm not the 1890s again. Stop it.
Before we get to our funniest episode of the franchise, here are some honorable mentions for this list.
Dad, I got no more milkshake. All I've got to show is this last thing of ice cream. It's nighttime though. I got the money. I got the pyramid scheme, boy. Whoa. Help me!
No. Hey! Where's my tire station? You've never heard the tale of a man who wanted to live in a castle? Here's the story. It was way back there, long time ago. The man, he wants to live in a castle. He was riding his horse.
Oh my god. Let's see. Yeah.
Number 1, Election Day, the Danny and Rubskin Show.
Rubskin, let's go.
Okay, here's a reason why we gave this the top spot. It was the debut of Pinky. This episode was the debut of Pinky. And there's a funny scene. What
of my chunk of limbs on you? One of my classmates put this on the level.
Yeah, that was on your scene is really funny. Anyway, in the beginning of the episode, a song plays, and its name is Circles by Post Malone. Pretty much your favorite song, is it? Well, probably if you do like to dance at that song, it's probably why we could wrap up today's list with a long night out in the meadow. We could enjoy a night out in Hand City, right? Anyway, that wraps up today's list. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up today's list. If you agree, let's go to the end. Do you agree with this list? Do you agree with our list? What is your favorite episode?
First, detectives always come back to the crime scene. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a fake one, okay, with nothing in it. He's gonna take it. There's gonna be a tracker inside it. That's secret, and they're whispering.
Actually, we'll catch him in a lair. We'll catch him in his lair. He's in his lair.
We're gonna do that first. Then once he goes to his lair, we're gonna know because we have a tracker already put on in your vehicle. We put it on before.
For more awesome top 10s published every day, Be sure to subscribe to Digging House 715 for more.
I found it.